Guys, I've been really emotionally underwhelmed with this Kyle trial. It's just really, really irritating. Like today, I seen two black boys pulled over, and there were maybe 3 to 4 squad cars behind them, and it's just bruh. When does it end? And it really doesn't for us, because I just feel like we're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. And not to say black people are meant to be in Africa or what have you. I wouldn't say that that's the case either. But it's definitely just not a good look. Since we were forcefully brought here for labor, and that's why I don't agree with working a job per se, because it still goes into me sacrificing my time to work for somebody else for money, which is all imaginary. The only reason we need money is because we need food, because we can't sustain ourselves, because we're reliant upon other people to feed us and other people to clothe us. And since we live in a society that's relying upon others to do those things, we have to work in their system to provide money so that we can have the necessities of life that we were entitled to by being born. I feel as though but that's neither here nor there. But since we were forcefully brought here, we're still having to work, and I don't agree with working per se for somebody else's dream. I do believe in the American dream, I'll say that. I believe that you can start from nothing and evolve into something. That's just common sense and power manifestation. I believe that that's possible. You do have to put some work in and, be at the right place at the right time and stuff like that. But I just feel like the system isn't going to work for us. We just have to work for the system as long as we're here. And when I say we, I mean us. I think it's so weird that other people try to be included in a we initiative or an us initiative when... What do you mean you want to be included? You're not. I don't care if 3% of you is. You're not. If you don't look like this in the face, for real, light skin to light skin, we come in so many different shades. But if you're not black, for real, and I don't even like calling us black, because black is the absence of color, and we're literally all shades of brown. So I think it's weird that we call ourselves black. But if you're not black, then no, I'm tired of seeing that. I love everybody. I believe divided we fall, united we stand. We should all be united. But at the end of the day, we know from common sense, people are quick to switch sides. I'm all for this and whatever. And then as soon as excuse my French, as soon as shit get hot, they want to leave the pot. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody, me included, can leave. Everybody can switch sides. I have to be on a side, which is funny, coincidentally, because I'm half, Spanish, half African American, so I still have Latino roots, but I can't identify with them, because when I walk into a crowd, they don't see me as that. They see me as black. So I identify with black, with my people. And I think it's just, as long as we're here, we can't maneuver a certain way. You know what I'm saying? We can't live a certain way. We can't vibe a certain way. It'll always be something over our heads that's like the what if. We have to answer to a justice system that doesn't necessarily deal out justice accordingly. They deal out justice with biases for real. Like, you do a crime, it might be this, but if you black, it might be something totally different. If you Spanish, it might be something totally different. We cannot live in a system that is biased, specifically more so towards us. That's what I'm saying. The system doesn't want to work for us. The system wants us to work for the system. And that's literally the basis of which we were brought over here for, to work for the system. So to think that it's changing, it's evolving, no, stop it. It's just, this is just what it is. That's the basis of what it is. We work for the system. The system does not work for us. They do things to appease you every once in a while, and that's fine and dandy, but I'm so tired of the appeasement. I'm so tired of the trick or treats, getting treats and then getting like 5 tricks, and then you get another treat and you forget about the tricks. No, trick or treat. I don't want to play them games. I don't want either or. Keep your treats, keep your tricks. For real. Like, I'm just so over it. Like, I really just want to, I'm so over it, you guys. And for people who know me, when I talk about, like, finding a place, like, finding a land that I can call my own, or that we can call our own, or that, is, like, there's not under the jurisdiction of what we have going on here. And I don't want to say what I want to say, but not under the jurisdiction that we have going on here. When we can really find something like that, like a place to call our own, with not just, and I feel for our black men, like, even the ones that are out here killing each other and doing whatever, because you don't know their backstory of how they grew up. You don't know, like, they're most likely in a low income, impoverished neighborhood. And, like, I don't understand how America has been around for so long. America, not like before white people came and colonized, but America has been around for so long. And the fact that we still have ghettos, we have schools that aren't succeeding, like, the fact that that's still a thing, it's like, is the system really winning? Like, are we really doing what we need to do? You know what I'm saying? Is it balanced out, or are they just focused on money for real? The system is winning, honestly. Like, we can't even sit here and say it's winning. It's just not winning for us. We can't even sit here and say it's not winning. It's just not winning for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not winning for some of us, unless you win at the system. But it's just, like, it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. Like, the bias, like, oh my gosh. And I be feeling like nobody else sees this. Nobody else, like, am I, like, the fact, y'all, if I could just vent really quick, like, if I could just, I don't even know how long I've been talking for, 8 minutes, it's not that long. If I could just vent, the fact that Native Americans are still alive to this day, and this was originally their land, and we know that it's proven, we know that it's in the books, and we let the U.S. government designate land to them for them to live on and still do what they want to do. For a while, it was illegal for them to do their rituals and traditions and stuff like that. Like, it was illegal. That's crazy. This their house. I feel crazy thinking about stuff like this. Like, nobody else be. Am I the only one reading? So I think that's wild. And then the thing with the water, when they were, like, digging up water lines or whatever on their land and was kicking them out of their territory. Y'all, this is the government that's doing this. Nobody says, like, that's a little rat shit. That's a little thugger for real. Nobody, I'm the only one that sees it like that. I'll be like, what? Like, and we just go about our days like, oh, it is what it is. Just another day in America. Like, this shit crazy. This is really crazy. This This is wild. This is absolutely wild. I don't know. I just be thinking stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm trying not to be like down or whatever, but I be getting in the mode where I'm just like, yo, I just cannot understand why this is like what it is. Like, why this is genuinely what it is. Why this is how life is. Why this is just like how America is. And why everybody like has to just go with the flow. Like, you can't say anything about it. Keep it down. Like, that's fucking crazy. That is crazy. That is so crazy to me. I don't know. I be tripping, but I don't be tripping. I think I be spot on. And I think everybody else be tripping. That's just what I be thinking. Because I'm just like, the fact that Native Americans are still here, we should legit be like, we're sorry, you guys. Here's like a palace or whatever you want. You guys can take whatever land you want. Maybe they great-great-grandma used to do whatever on Minnesota's territory. Like, you can go do that. Do whatever. You have free range. If you want to ride horses on the freeways, go ahead. Do whatever. And what's crazy is, so like, I homeschool, so we did a lot of research on Native Americans because I don't think we do enough in school. So we did a lot. And that's another story for another day, because they was really lit and they had some bomb cities and they try to tell you they was savages and whatnot. That's crazy too. I be feeling like I'm not, y'all, something wrong with y'all. I don't know what's in y'all cinnamon cereals that y'all be eating in the morning, y'all Captain Crunches and whatever, but something is off. So that is just wild. Like, they were not savages. They were actually, so this is what I was talking about. I don't want to get off topic, but doing my research on Native Americans, one of the things that European people had wrote down and historically documented about them is that there were no homeless people and no anything like that. No people living in the streets, no people who didn't have food. But in Europe, that was already on and popping, y'all. And this is like 1500s. This is like prior, like, this is before, what's his name? Columbus was over here. When was Columbus? 1492? This was before that. So this is like 1300s, 1200s, 1100s, early. And no poor people living among the natives. Everybody was a community. You feel me? Like it's supposed to be. You feel me? So Europeans come over, they start colonizing in 1500s, let's say the 1500s to about the 2000s. That's only about 700 years. You telling me? So before that, so let's say the Native Americans had America for how long? We're going to say 1400 years. We'll give America 700 years. You telling me it's homeless people everywhere? Have y'all been to California lately? Have y'all been to LA? Have y'all been to Hollywood? Have y'all been to California? Have y'all been to New York? I live in Baltimore. Y'all know how it is. Have y'all been to Baltimore? Have y'all been to DC? Homeless people in every city that we go into to tour and look at stuff, it's homeless people sleeping everywhere on the streets. It's disgusting. Not that the homeless people are disgusting, but the fact that we have people sleeping on the streets is disgusting. It's unacceptable. They sleeping on the streets and it's rats outside. Like, I almost got chased down for my french fries by a rat. Don't play with me. And they sleeping on the street with stuff like this. Like, this is not, and it was Corona and people were still out on the street. That's how y'all gonna do America. Like, so, but like I said, from a historian's point of view, let me take emotions out of it. So yes, when the Native Americans were populating and living freely in America before Columbus' discovery of the islands, because he wasn't even over in real America in 1492. Before that, Europeans had came over, and one of the things they documented was the fact that there weren't any homeless people. It was such a community. It was a each one teach one type of mentality. Everyone was looking out for each other, and that to them was interesting, because back home, not so much. That's the only fact I wanted to point out. That's what I'm not going to get all riled up, because I think it's crazy. Something ain't right, but that's just how I be thinking. So, but yeah, like, I think it's crazy that Native Americans are still here to this day, and we just be like, yeah, they can have a piece of land. And then if we want their land, we could take it for a pipeline. in Dakota whenever we feel like it. It's crazy. And if y'all think about it, so first of all, everybody's mixed. We all mixed because people is nasty, and we know somebody, I ain't gonna say who, but somebody was out here raping everybody and their mama. I ain't gonna say what race it was, cause all races rape. Like, that's just a fact. All races rape, all races murder, all races have pedophiles within their race, all races have, I won't say all, because it might be some ancient races that don't play that, but out of us, we all have our demons or whatever that every race battles with. It's not like an unknown thing for a certain race to do something crazy out of anger, out of horniness, out of jealousy, out of rage, whatever. But there's a particular race, I ain't gonna say no names, that was just raping everybody. So people is mixed. But I want to say, like, we making a fence for the native, not for the native, for the Mexicans or whatever. But what do you think the Mexicans is mixed with? Probably Native American and what, Spanish people from Spain. That's why they speak Spanish, because Spain came over and did what? Exactly. Colonized. And what do the people do when they start colonizing? Because ain't nobody coming over here and colonizing with their wife. I'm about to go break into somebody's house and I'm going to bring my wife. Some of us is built for stuff like that. Like, all right, boo, let's get it. Go time or whatever. But then you be like, how long to drive? Oh, it's about 4 months. 4 months. What we going to eat? We going to eat whatever they got on the boat, slop or whatever. It's going to be, clean? Nah, it's going to be like rats and bugs on the boat for real. But we going to be good. I'm not riding. I'm going to stay home. So when people was colonizing, they was colonizing with a whole bunch of guys. And when they get on land and they start to see women or whatever, oh, snap, females, and the queen is like, keep it cool, keep it casual. Even if the queen was, because sometimes the queen be like, do what you got to do in the name of the Lord. Because that's how they was. Do it for the Catholics. Do it for the Protestants. They was trying to get money, y'all. Trying to put it on the name of the Lord. That's another thing. That's another thing for another day. And so, yeah, like, But, yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Do it for the Catholics. Yeah, that's how they be sending them over. Yeah, so when they sent them over, they would get off the boats and they would just be, ready to fuck whatever. Because they was probably doing each other on the boats for real. That's probably why it's so much. That's another story for another day. Another story. If y'all gonna get me started, y'all gonna get me. I'd be ready to go for real. Y'all can get me started. That's another story for another day. But I don't want to hold y'all for too long. I just had to rant because that Kyle situation was like really, really irritating me and sitting on my soul. And then after I seen those guys get pulled over, I was just so sad and overwhelmed. And it's just like, yo, what can you do? When do you have a break or a peace of mind? And it's just like, I personally feel like it's not going to happen here. I feel like it can. I feel like, it could. But it's just, I don't know. I have hope, but I just don't know. That's it. All right. Bye.